This tastes like somebody's dirty undershorts. Not just somebody's, they're mine. Hello friends, welcome to User Friendly. My name is Roberto Hoyos, and I am the owner of throwboy.com. I'm here with my friend
Erfon Elijah, founder of MyTees.com.
User Friendly is a weekly podcast where we talk about technology and geek culture and our favorite things on the web. And today we kind of aggregated our favorite stuff.
We did.
So we'll see what you think.
I think that might have been the most smooth intro we've done yet.
Yeah, I think it's the juice I'm drinking.
So we've got some special smoothie going on here. Mm-hmm. Are you liking it? You think the taste is okay?
Yeah, I like it. I don't know. She just got a smoothie that was like really sweet, but I kind of like the fact that it's just like it's vegetable-y too. Because I actually like just straight carrot juice sometimes too. But I have a juicer and I just like never bust it out.
I don't either. In fact, I used to use my juicer all the time, but it's kind of a hassle, right? Because you have to clean up afterwards. And plus, on most fruits and vegetables, especially fruits, all the nutrients are like in the skins. So this blender I have is great. The blade, I should have brought it over. I'm not joking. Is like this long.
Is it Blend Tech?
It's a Blend Tech.
Is it?
Yeah, it is a Blend Tech. I'm surprised you've heard of it.
Well, it's from Will It Blend.
Yeah, they have a website called willitblend.com where they just throw random items into the blender and blend it, and it will blend anything. I mean, they on this website they blended a thing full of glass marbles.
Yeah, and they did an iPhone.
They did an iPhone. Yeah. So anyway, it's amazing because you can just toss anything in there, and within like 10 seconds, it's just totally pulverized. So I've been drinking these every day for like the last probably 2 weeks. I stopped juicing because it was just got to be too much work. Yeah, I love it because it gives you so much energy. Because when Roberto came over here,
I was like,
he was dragging ass. Yeah. Hey, dude. Okay. I was like, you need to drink some of this.
Yeah, energy.
Did you feel the kick of energy when you drink this?
Well, I don't think I was like downing it like.
Oh, I guess you haven't.
I'm just kind of sipping it, but yeah, I'm feeling the ramp of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like depending on what you put in here, I always put a lot of vegetables, and because I don't like it very sweet either, and it just like you'll drink it and you'll just be like super high energy level, and there's no crash obviously because it's just like fruits and vegetables. But
dude, I thought that you always drank 5-hour energy.
I do. Yeah, I mix it in. I mix it in. Balls not turned green. Taint not covered in green fur. Try this. I don't need it because my taint is covered in green fur. I'm not sure why that would be true, but cool. So we've got a good show planned.
So yeah.
Let's jump into the first story, shall we?
Sure, let's do this.
So you were telling me that you got on, was it Twit? This Week in Tech?
Yeah, so I'll kind of re-explain this.
Yes,
I sent you a text, which I sent with messages on the on OS 10, and I didn't find out that you even sent me a text back because that piece of shit never works on my computer.
I don't have any problems with it.
You and everybody rave about how great it is, and I've never got it to work. So maybe after the show you can show me how to set it up.
The key, if you are using messages, the key is to make sure all your devices are using the same email address.
Yeah, but
even your phone, that's the key.
Mine? That's the thing.
I don't know. That's the weird thing. And then that way they all usually stay in sync. But it's obviously beta because it has bugs.
Okay. So anyway, so on Sunday I do a live stream. I do stream Sundays on Throwboy's Ustream. And right after the show, I was like, oh, I want to watch Twit, but I was too late. And when I went onto the Twit website, it's live.twit.com, they were just hanging out at the table still, but it was only just Brian Brushwood and Leah Laporte. So they were just like sitting around. And then they started chatting. They're like, hey, we should use this website and just take live calls like a radio show. And so they like started to like mess with this website called ontheair.com. And I had never heard of it. I was like, on the air? That's like so simple. Like who has that domain? And I guess it's run by TalkBox, which was a chat. It was like doing iChat, but without having a client. So you could go to talkbox.com and like actually use a full blown like chat client like Skype. But anyway, with video chat, I mean. And so anyway, they started to take these live calls, and I was like, oh crap, I wonder if I can go on there. So I went on, and you log in with your Twitter account. That's how it works. And every time, how they see it on their computer is they see so a rectangle screen but split in two, and one side is them, and one side is the host, and the other side is the caller. And so every once in a while, like, they would go, okay, next caller, and then it would switch to somebody else on Skype, and it was almost like a chat roulette thing. So because it would go to somebody they don't know who's going to be on, and it was funny.
It's pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
It was funny because they're like, one guy was watching Twit, and you could see all the environments that people watch Twit in, and one guy was watching Twit on, like, he's like, yeah, you're on my 80-inch TV, because, like, as soon as they switch to him, he's like in bike shorts and, like, sitting there, like, and they're like, oh god, it's getting a little chat roulette. And so
it's only a matter of time before we start seeing people whacking it.
Oh yeah. Next caller.
Next caller.
Next
Seriously,
day.
is everybody whacking it today?
And so so I was sitting there, and I logged in, or I guess with my Twitter, and then it shows you, okay, you're third in line, and then so it's like going through the queue. And so I got to go on there with Leo and Brian, and I was just talking. And it's funny because before I was coming on, it says, you're next in line. And then you hear Leo going, hey, can you grab me one of those pillows? And, like, he motions for somebody to give him a pillow. Mm-hmm. And so they're bringing him, like, all the pillows that I've given him, the Twit pillow and stuff. And so he's like, throw boy. And, like, we started talking about.
Oh, so he remembered you.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Yeah. I think he meets a lot of people, but he remembers me by Throwboy. He doesn't remember me as Roberto. So, like, what's your name again? Like, I always forget, and I was like, it's Roberto. He's like, that's right. So, like, anyway, we had a pretty good conversation, and I was asking, actually, they were wondering if people wanted to know about, like, tech questions or stuff. And it seemed like he would have rather have just chatted me up. Like, he was like, oh, so what's new? And I was like, oh, actually I have a question about podcasting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I felt kind of like shit. Well, I might as well just ask my question.
Mm-hmm.
And I was asking him about audio podcasting for our show. But no, it was cool. And I was like, wow, this is a really cool platform. I told him, I was like, I'd want to, maybe use this on my own podcast or something. And he said that it was like a closed beta or something. But I think it might not be, because it's allowing me to... It's basically a really simple interface that allows you to schedule a show and a time. And then it will, like, count down. And then I think it just tweets it out and says, hey, I'm live, taking live calls.
Gotcha.
And because that's what...
And they're video calls, right?
And they're video calls, yeah. Because that's what his was doing. And so I was thinking maybe we could try it and see how it works.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know how responsive my
So you signed up for the beta?
Well, it didn't have any information about a beta. It just let me
you sign up for it?
Let me sign up, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So I guess I'll just put in 1 minute away and see if that works. It only lets you do per 5 minutes. Oh, I guess I have to do... It's 3:30 p.m. right now.
Yeah.
And I think it won't let me do it until 4. Is that right?
Oh, dude, yeah, it does it in 30 freaking minute intervals.
Oh, that's too bad. Well...
Oh, wait a second. But shouldn't it let you do it at, like, 4 or 4:02? It's like, oh, it makes you work on its 30-minute intervals.
Yeah, maybe it's because it's... it's...
Can you just start it right now?
Yeah, I'm trying right now. Your show schedule for 3:30. This is your new show. Okay, so I'm gonna try to tweet this.
Okay. So we set the show for several minutes ago.
Video calls.
And we're gonna see if it tweets it out and lets people join our call room thing here.
User friendly.
I hope some people join us. I hope it's some guy in his bike shorts. I hope it's not somebody whacking it.
Join us, please. And then it's like, just like that, yeah.
We need somebody to come on and whack it live on User Friendly.
So, I'm not really sure how else... Oh.
So now we
get
go
ready
to the
to
channel.
start. Go to the channel.
All right.
And take the stage.
Okay.
Maybe it will show us... Okay, so camera. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. Built-in FaceTime. Let's go.
Check. Audio level looks good.
So we would do this kind of thing.
Oh,
so this is what it looks like, everybody. And see how it's split screen, so it's only like half a screen. Okay. Notify me when on the air. Follow in. I don't really care. Tweet when I start the show. Sure. Tweet when I change callers. Sure. Okay. So it's gonna tweet when I change callers.
Okay.
And we'll see if anyone comes.
So now we're live.
I do live video, but not often. Like middle of the day, you know. So. Yeah. Maybe we can just keep talking about whatever.
Okay, let's just keep going with the show.
Okay.
And then if anyone joins, we'll stop and we'll see what they have to say, and hopefully they don't pull out their wieners.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well, our next story is... Oh, right. So we've talked about Kevin Rose on this show before, and I thought this was really interesting, so I want to talk about it. So Revision3 was sold to Discovery Communications. So Revision3 is the internet television company that Kevin Rose started after he started the Dignation podcast, because that got so huge. And so he started this broadcasting company that just puts out podcasts, basically, right?
Yeah.
And so Discovery Communications, they own this Discovery channel. They just purchased Revision3 for what was reported to be about $30 million. So within the period of, I don't know, was it 3 months now? Kevin Rose, serial entrepreneur, sold Milk, his production company, to Google and became a Google employee. And then he sold Revision3, or he has business partners. The Revision3 was sold to Discovery Communications. So now, as far as we know, he doesn't have any businesses.
Yeah, I think so.
And now he's engaged.
As far as we know, right?
And also, he... is doing the Foundation podcast where he interviews business people, but he never actually does the Foundation podcast anymore. So I'm kind of just wondering, like, I wonder what's going on with that guy. You know, like he's always been like such a business person, and maybe do you think that he just got tired of having businesses and, you know, is just now deciding he just wants to take it easy?
I don't know, dude. I mean, I don't know how much involvement he has in Revision3 anymore. So I don't know. Maybe he's.
I guess that's true. They do have a CEO, you know? Like Jim Lauderbeck is their CEO.
But I don't know. I asked you that question, and because I was like, he's not really around anymore. You know, he doesn't really do updates as much. He's not really talking about, like, he used to have a pretty active. What do you call it, like YouTube, where he would just be like, hey, Kevin Rose here, I have this idea, and I was just, you know, here are my thoughts on why Google should do this, you know, like he would just kind of like be out there, and I don't know, maybe he is just kind of tired of it. I mean, like, sometimes I get tired of, like, Twitter, you know, so, like, who knows?
Yeah, me too, and it is a lot of effort to always be putting stuff out there.
It is, yeah.
And he's older now. What is he, 35 or 36?
Something like that, yeah.
And his primary occupation seems to be investing in other people's companies. Yeah. With all of his, like, IT cronies. Yeah. Getting first dibs. You know he's probably invested in Facebook.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Oh, he did. And they're about to go public, so he's gonna make $1 gazillion. So maybe he's just got so much money now. I mean, what would you do if you had... let's say you started from nothing, which we both did, and you got $25 million, you know, in one sale of your business. Let's say someone buys Throw-Boy, they're like, $25 million here. I mean, what would you do after that?
I don't know. It's tough because, like, my opinion is if you're not really working on, like, a really good idea, like, what is the other idea that I have why am I working on Throw-Boy if I have a better idea in my back pocket, you know? Like, that's why it's like, would I rather just get a big payout, or if I'm working on a business that I think is going to be sustainable and be able to generate millions of dollars, why wouldn't I just be doing that and having, like, all my passion poured into that and be stoked to go to work, you know, like, and actually, like, do things, you know? Like, that's how I feel about it.
I totally agree with you.
Rather than just being like, oh yeah, and then you spend a little bit of time, you know, like, living it up, buying fancy stuff, and then all of a sudden you're back to, like, okay, now I'm antsy, but I can't do Throw-Boy anymore because somebody owns that, and I can't even get access to it now.
Right.
You know?
Like, it would be totally gone. Like, you'd have to move on.
Yeah.
But I guess for me, I mean, I think that's a good point, and I totally agree. And Steve Jobs even said this. You know, he's like, if you're not doing something great, you should be. You know, I'm paraphrasing. That's not exactly what he said. But I mean, how do you know? At what point do you know if it's a great idea or not? I mean, sometimes you have to work really hard, like building something, and it's like that hard work might be what makes it pay off, and not necessarily that it's the best idea in the world. Like, let's just say that you're like, I want to start a coffee shop because I love coffee and I love, you know, retail. Yeah. And it's like, you're obviously not doing anything unique. Yeah. But like, it may not be a bad idea, you know, but at what point do you know whether or not you should move on and try something different if it's not working?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, because I've never entertained the thought of creating something that's already been around, you know? Like, I'm like, if it's already out there, it's out there. I don't really care, you know? Like, there's rare instances where somebody's made a better version of the wheel, but it's not really like, usually the ones that really succeed are the ones that like totally make a new thing, you know? Like Apple was like the first real like consumer computer company, you know, that actually, but I don't know. I mean, I've only owned one business in my whole life, right? You know, and I'm still learning a lot of stuff, and I haven't gotten to the point where I've even, you know, entertained the thought of if somebody's offered me anything, I would give it up, because I have so many things I still want to do with it, you know? Right. But so that's why it's like, I can see people that are working on something to get the payout, to get the sale, to end it. Like, look at Facebook, you know, like they were offered $1 billion by Yahoo back in like 2007, and then were offered like $100 billion by Microsoft in I think 2010.
Microsoft offered them $100 billion? Yeah,
or 100 million. Okay. Or, no, what was it? 10 billion. 10 billion. Yeah. And so, and they're like, no, we're not done. Like, we know our vision here. You know, why should we stop and let it die off? You know, like, imagine if they sold it to Yahoo in 2007, right?
I know.
Like, that's the thing is, like, I think it sounds weird and maybe it's cliche, but it's like, yeah, if you aren't working on the thing that you should be and you love, then why the hell are you working on it? You know?
I guess that's really, I think that's probably what it's boiled down to. I mean, is that, do you still love it? Yeah. And if you still love it, then you should keep doing it. Yeah, and if you don't still love it, then you should move on to something else. Because I really do believe if you don't love something, you're not going to do it as well as somebody else could. Yeah. Because it's so difficult. I mean, running a business is not hard. It's not hard when you're an employee because you know what to do. But running a business as the lead, I mean, you're responsible for figuring out what to be doing, and that I think is the hardest part because that's what's driving the business.
And I don't think it's just you know, do you love your business? I think it's like, what parts of it do you love? You know, like I myself love products, and I love branding, and I love marketing, and this gives me, and I love art, and this gives me all of those avenues to use all of those things together for what I'm doing for Throwboy. And yeah, I think that's like a big reason for a lot of people. Like, there's some people that just really love business. I mean, like, watch the Shark Tank. You know, a lot of those people just want to keep making businesses and investing in startups and like making money. Like, that's their whole thing. And arguably everybody wants money, but like, you know, some people really that's their whole.
That's their drive.
Thing, you know?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Like if you were to ask either you or I don't think that either of us would say we're doing this for the money. Yeah. And I know that sounds cliche, but it's really true.
We do a lot of weird stuff. Like, we do this
podcast,
you know, and we do trade show, like conventions and stuff, and that definitely is not a money making avenue or anything like that, you know. But and I think it just kind of like, it's in the long run, it's something that we like to do, so we do it, you know.
Yeah, totally. I think your point about not just loving to do business, but figuring out what it is you love about the business is a good point too. Because there's parts of running a business that I hate. Yeah. Like, I hate doing taxes. I don't like doing banking.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like any of like the day-to-day mundane stuff. It's like that's not the stuff that I really love to do. So,
but some people love like getting on the phones and like making sales and like making connections. Like some people love that too, you know?
Yeah. I actually do like that. I think one of the things I love most about being in business is just like the relationships you get to build with people, like, and working with artists and stuff. Like, that's really awesome. I really love doing that stuff a lot. So, but maybe when we hit 35, 36, we'll just give up. Get a dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the new business model, the Kevin Rose model.
Dude, every time I see Kevin Rose, he's got that dog with him. Every single time he's doing anything. It's like he's doing his podcast and he's interviewing the CEO of some major company. It's like his dog is sitting there taking a dump on the ground. And he's like, "Oh, Toaster, you're so funny."
I think it's the reason why we think this is because it's like he was sort of like somebody we could almost see as our peer for a long time, and now he's like gotten older, you know. Now he's like being a grown up or something.
Yes, and I think one of the things that Kevin Rose has been able to do that I think is really interesting is know when to stop. Mm-hmm. I mean, for people that say, you know, like if you just keep working and never quit, you know, like you'll make it. And I think that can be a valid point, but I also think there's a time to quit. Like there's some times when you're doing something and it's just not working. Mm-hmm. And you could be doing something else that would be much more successful. Mm-hmm. And so you should quit so you can devote, you know, more of your resources to the thing that's really working well.
Oh, yeah.
And he seems to be able to do that, you know, like he's able to just disconnect and be like Dignation. I mean, or not Dignation, but Dig.com. Being able to disconnect from Dig.com, super popular news aggregation website. I mean, just to be like, I'm done. I started this and I'm done with it. Mm-hmm. Like that's a major thing to be able to do.
Yeah, you have to be very objective to be outside of something you created, you know.
Yeah.
And to be like, well, okay, I guess all these other things are kind of making this irrelevant, so maybe I should get out of here before.
Yeah, totally.
It kills itself.
Yeah, exactly. And he did. And gosh, who knows where Dig is now. Anyway, I just thought that was really interesting. So I'm like, man, now that he sold Revision 3, he's kind of like floating, you know, like who knows what he's gonna do. Maybe he's just gonna get married and have kids and
maybe do
a podcast about his dog.
Featuring his dog,
where he just does dog talk to his dog. Well, hey, let's wrap up, but I want to show you this one cool app that I found.
Okay.
That as soon as I saw, I knew you were gonna like, so you gotta tell me if you like it.
I wish we got a call here.
Yeah, nobody connected to our on the air thing.
Maybe Skylar will do it. Hey, can you go check Twitter and then click on that link and see if you can call? It's gonna do a video chat. Come on.
Am I talking about the app? I thought we were waiting for Skylar to connect. Okay, cool. Here we go. Where is it? Oh, I lost it. Ding, 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 ding. Here it is. It's called Polomatic.
Okay.
And what it allows you to do...
Oh, wait. I saw that you did this.
Oh, you did?
I saw that you posted it as an Instagram.
Yeah, so what it allows you to do...
Your juice.
Oh, yeah.
You almost kicked it.
So it allows you to super easily create Polaroids on your phone. Mm-hmm. And I know you're a big Polaroid fan. So...
Kind of turned into one.
Huh? Give me a big... Hold on, I'm going to back up a little bit more since you're so close. Okay. So it takes your picture and then it puts it on a Polaroid.
That's cool.
And the cool thing is you can actually choose like the Polaroid like actual frame around the photo. So there's like a crumpled one. There's one that's crushed. And then there's one that's dirty. It's like...
Fun.
It puts like a Polaroid frame around the photo, so it looks like it's like an old Polaroid. And then once you're ready, you can choose different photo filters for it, just like with Instagram.
Why don't you show this over? Like,
cool,
go behind the camera.
Excellent. So
show them the original pic.
Yeah. So let's see here. Let's see if I can get it to focus on your face on the phone.
Does it?
Yeah, there we go. So you can choose like all these different frames. You can't really see it on the camera. And then when you're ready, you choose the photo treatment, just like an Instagram and stuff. And the cool part is when you're ready, you can upload it, or actually you can caption it too. And the captions have like little things that you can put on them.
Like, look like a piece of tape.
Like I put a little piece of tape across the bottom of mine.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then when you're ready, you can share it on Instagram. You can share it on Tumblr, Flickr, Twitter.
That's cool.
And Facebook. It's put out by Polaroid.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That makes it cooler. Because, like, for a long time, people have done these Polaroid frame apps. Like, I had one on my Mac for a while, like, way back when. And I always thought they were cool. Yeah, so that's cool.
I think it's awesome. I mean, I was even thinking for when we do events, like, you're always trying to figure out a way to, like...
Make a Polaroid.
Make a Polaroid. Dude, now it's like, dude, this could not be any easier. Yeah. And you could share it on Twitter.
Yeah. That's
funny. I mean, it'd be better to have, like, an actual Polaroid, right? But I mean...
The film's really expensive.
Yeah, the film's really expensive.
That's cool. That's cool that they're... I think it's funny because, like, right now, I don't know how long it's going to last, but at least right now and for the last few years, the Polaroid look and the brand has been just very popular with kids and stuff like that. And I feel like they're not really taking that by the horns as much as they could.
No, Fujitsu is, though.
Yeah,
or I should say Fuji is.
Fuji, yeah. They have an instant camera where you can take a picture and it pops up.
Super cool.
And
like,
it's really fun.
Film.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's really fun.
And the cameras are cheap. They're like $80.
Yeah. There's a thing called the Impossible Project. Have you heard of that? Basically, they took over the old Polaroid fabrication plants that made the film, and they're making their own film, and it's like the only thing you can get that will actually fit those Polaroid 600 films, those like the standard Polaroid with the white strip at the bottom. But they're not even as good as like the original Polaroid film. And that early Polaroid film, that like the stuff that people think of as a Polaroid picture, that stuff's so expensive. I think it's like $60 for like 10 shots. On Amazon.
Wow, dude, that's what I should have been investing my money in.
I know, like imagine
before they went out of business, just buying boxes of those things.
Seriously, imagine the people that got the bulk loads of that and where they got it and how much cheese they're making off that.
Cheddar.
Like, damn, it's like a mouse.
Because they don't make it anymore, right?
No.
Polaroid stopped.
Yeah,
that's too bad. Eventually, somebody will start making it again. I'm sure. If they're selling for $60 a box.
The Impossible Project is.
But you said it's not as good.
Yeah, well, from what I hear, it's like it's more light sensitive, and like you have to like take the picture and then put it in like a pocket so that it develops better in the dark. And so it's like it's not as good, you know.
Wow.
Which is weird because since they took over the same plant, it's like how can it be different, you know? Why wouldn't they just keep everything going the same? Maybe the same materials aren't available anymore.
Yeah, or they're not allowed to use the same processes because like Polaroid owns those. Kodak does. Is Kodak and Polaroid the same company?
No.
Oh, they're not.
But yeah, that could be its own little cottage industry. So it's kind of cool to see it being embraced by the actual company.
Yeah, I think so too. So Polomatic, I think it's $1. It actually might even be free. I don't remember, but
that's pretty fun.
It's really cool to use. I mean, out of all the picture apps that I see, and I see a lot, it's unique. It's like it lets you do something that's totally unique. So if you like Polaroids, don't spend $60 on film. Just get Polomatic on your iPhone.
Do me a favor. Do a video on your iPhone.
Okay.
And then record what we're seeing here, and I'll put it into the video.
It's like mad slow. Look.
Oh. You're totally...
That's like a million years ago.
You're totally frozen.
Okay. So it's still a beta software, but this is how it would work. It would be me on this side, her on this side.
Right.
This is the caller, and then we get to talk all, video chat style. And then I guess people that are tweeting about it shows up here.
Oh, okay.
Or like it's sort of like a chat, but it's one of those Twitter chat room things.
Dude,
and
it is like
no callers in line. Yeah, it's super laggy.
It is like 30 seconds behind.
It was totally like on time at the beginning for like the whole
was
time.
it?
And then now it's like.
Oh, it hung up.
So no, this is it would show different callers that are in line.
Oh, gotcha.
And on her side, it would say, "Oh, okay, I guess somebody's talking about it." On her side, it would. What was I gonna say? Like what she gets to see, it says, "Oh, I'm next in line," or "I'm third in line," or whatever.
Beauty Bubble promoted the show. Does that mean that they tweeted it?
I don't know. Oops. I don't know. Okay.
Cool.
Well, I think that's all we got for today.
That's all we got. Thanks for watching User Friendly.
So where can we find you online?
If you want to hear some more about my tweets, I'm at Erfon on Twitter. If you're interested in my indie clothing brand, Might Tees, that's just MIGHTTEES on Twitter. And what about you?
I am at Throwboy on Twitter for Throwboy stuff. And I am, my full name, ROBERTOHOYOS, Roberto Hoyos, for my personal Twitter. And yeah, so subscribe to us on iTunes and on YouTube. And that's it, I think, right?
All right, well, we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.